Today we are going to learn about basic understanding of C++. For this purpose we are using dev C++ ID. Just go to start menu and type dev C++. If this is already installed in your computer, this can be loaded easily. We assume that you have basic understanding of dev C++ and C++ programming. For creating a new project in dev C++, just go to file menu, click on project option. The project dialog box will appear. Here we will have to first of all select console application, C++ project type here project name and then click OK. Just follow these steps quickly. Console application, C++ project. Here we will type the project name such as test. As we will type the project name test and press OK, the save as dialog box will appear here. The save as dialog box is telling us information. It is a save as dialog box. It will save our project in documents directory. Its name is test. Then we will press save button to save the project. Just click on save button. After pressing the save button, we can see the basic structure of C++ program is already written here, is already provided by the dev C++. This is the feature of dev C++. Now we navigate to the left panel, left sidebar. Here we can see main.c++ is already by default created by the dev C++. For the compilation and run or execution of the program, we will use compile and run option of dev C++. Here we can see it. Just go to run and compile. Before running the C++ program, dev C++ enforce us to save the C++ file. We are using main.c++ name for this file. Just save it. File is saved successfully, and after successful compilation and execution of this C++ program, we can see here there is no output displaying on the screen. The reason is that we have not written any kind of input or output statement, so that there is empty input displaying on the console. First of all, we will have to deep understanding of this basic structure of C++ program. So let us start from the first line of C++ program, that is called our preprocessor directive. The first line of C++ program is called preprocessor directive. It is always start with the hash sign and normally used to include header files in a program. This first line is called preprocessor directive. Now we will go to the second line, that is line number 3. This is called main function of our program. It has 3 parts. First of all, return type, second its name, and third its parameters or argument. We can see here there are 2 arguments or parameters provided in the basic structure of C++ program. First one is of integer type and second one is of character type. These are the opening and closing delimiters of the function body, and the third part that is mandatory in each and every C++ program is called C++ statement. Here we can see that single statement is written in this entire program, that is called the return statement, and return 0 means there will successful completion of the program. So let us start by writing our first C++ output statement, cout. That is output statement. We are providing here default format string hello world, that is the most famous string in entire world. For using, here we have to told that for using cout object of IOStream, we have to use standard namespace. Using namespace std, so that we can easily use cout and cin object. These console objects are defined under the standard namespace. We can also define our namespace, our user defined namespace in C++, that we will discuss in later. So let us start compiling and running this program. This program will output hello world on the screen. We can see here hello world is printed on the screen. This is the output statement or output provided by the program written in program code. So we can also write input statements, assignment statements, variable declarations, control structures, functions, templates, and furthermore the object-oriented programming we will discuss later. Now today we will only discuss the other statement that is called input statement. This is called output statement, and later we are going to discuss input statement. Input statement is Cin statement that is used with the extraction operators. This is used with insertion operators. Cin, the syntax of Cin statement is Cin. Here we will always use variable name and semicolon statement termination symbol. For this purpose we have to define some kind of variable. Let us start defining variable int a. Now we are going to take input in a. The syntax is followed as defined by the language. Cin after variable name. Here we can see that Cin object of IOStream and provided variable name, and then we are provided semicolon. These are the three syntax parameters of the Cin statement. We now see what happened for the compilation of the. We can see here console is waiting for our input. Console is continuously blinking for the taking input. As we have type integer type of value and press enter, the next execution will resume. It is important point that whenever we will use input statement, the console or program will wait for the input or take input from the user. Until there is no input or waiting for the input, the next statement will never execute, because we can see that there are next statement are hello world, and until we did not provide 12 in the previous example to the program, the hello world is not displaying. So we want to display hello world with this input attached. So let us start by typing this. We are again going to compile this program. Again we can see that console is waiting for the input. We can type here some type of integer value. As we type integer value and provide this input, we can see here hello world is concatenated with the input that is over 16. So this is the basic program structure and input and out. Normally there are two ways that we can use Cin statement with variables. If we have number of variables such as int b, we can also take input in a single line, or we can take input in multiple lines. The best practice is that before taking input we have to print some kind of message or output statement such as enter first number. Similarly, we can type here enter second number. The best practice is to take input using individual Cin statements. Here we want to clear that the arguments of main function are optional. We can also provide empty parentheses to the main function. It will also fine, and the output of the program will remain same. We are going to execute this new lines of codes. Okay, press run and execute. Execution successfully launched. We are providing first number as 12, second number as 34. Here we can see that we are only displaying first number concatenating with the output. Now we can perform different kind of operation on this input we are discussing here. We can also provide sum of these two numbers by just providing here a plus b. Now we are going to again execute this program. The console is waiting for the input. We provide input as 2, 7. 2 plus 7 is 9. We can clearly see here the first input is 2, the second is 7, and the output statement that is displaying 2 plus 7 is 9. Now finally we are going to discuss the output statement as its syntax. As we can see here, we have discussed the input statement syntax scene. We can also discuss the output statement syntax cout. So let us start. Output statement normally use cout object with insertion operator. Here we can use format string that is written in double quotes and variable or expressions. Expressions means any arithmetic and ending with the statement terminator semicolon. Expression may include arithmetic expressions, plus, minus, multiplication, divisions, etc. And format string may include any constants, text or escape sequence. Format string, escape sequence, here may be variable or expressions. So subscribe our channel and press bell icon for latest updates. We have to partition these individual elements into the syntax form. First of all, we will provide cout object, then insertion operator, and here will be the format string or variable or expressions, and statement terminator. We have to do a closer look on this entire syntax. Now let us start to discuss this format. First of all, there is the cout object. Secondly, there is the insertion operator. Thirdly, there may be the parameter as format string, which may be variable, which may be expression, and at the last we are using statement terminator semicolon. Insertion operator, here insertion operator is the synthetical attachment of the cout object. Format string may include escape sequence or any constant text that will be displayed on the screen as it is written in the format string. Whenever we will use variable with the cout object, the value of the variable will be displayed on the screen, and whenever we will use expression with the cout object, the expression evaluation or the result of the expression will be displayed on the screen. This is the synthetical part to end each and every cout statement with the semicolon. This is the entire analogy of the cout statement that we will use in each and entire program. We can use multiple insertion operator with a cout statement, means we can also write format string, and then we can write here variables, and then we can write here expressions, and statement terminator will be used each and every time at the end of the cout object. Okay, this session is successfully completed. After evaluating, after discussing the basic program structure, the basic fundamental parts of C++ program, the semantic of these parts, preprocessor directives, namespace, main function, return statement is mandatory for each and every C++ program, parameters are the optional, and the body of the C++ main function will include the statements that will execute. Thank you.